Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Tuesday. You know what that means. Of course, it means we're here continuing the journey of Generator Rex. This is Season 3, Episode 18. Of course, we're not know the title until I get into the episode. And yes, as you can tell, still wearing the same shirt as the last Generator Rex. I'm recording this back-to-back with Episode 17, separating the videos, but recording them back-to-back. Just finished Episode 17 literally a minute or two ago. Crazy episode. A lot of stuff happened. Jungle Cat returned in the episode. We had a lot of characters. And I tried to pronounce the name of the characters because it was the title of the episode. It was that group, the Contortion. I can't even say the name. So I was having issues, and I still having issues. The group were introduced. There's 5 of them and all that. They're not really impressed with what's happening with Black Knight in terms of the developments and all that. But Rylander's back, which is really cool. Once again, we're teased with what are they exactly doing? Like, what is Rex's brother's whole plan here and all that? And is Van Clyse really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or something really going on with that, or is he playing it up? A lot of stuff happening in last week's episode, a lot of cool action and all that. But the craziest thing, I think, in terms of a couple of different things, is the Black Knight murders one of the groups. Like, she kills one of them that's just waiting behind, didn't run away like all the other ones. She murders him and wants a promotion. Don't know. And the thing I was really pointing out too is that we've not seen Bobo in a bit, so I'm hoping he's in the episode because I need Bobo. I like that character, and they had the voice actor in studio, John DiMaggio, voicing 2 characters, including Jungle Cat, who we've not seen for a while. Bobo's gone. What's going on with that? But anyways, rambling. After this episode, we have 2 more. Like, it's it. Like, the 2-parter, and we're done. It's crazy to think that. It's crazy to think the show is almost done and completed. And like I was mentioning in the intro to episode 17, since I'm recording this back-to-back, we'll repeat this real fast. Can't talk. Did I say it fast? I hope I said the word. I feel like I flubbed the word there. I'm leaning towards more of not doing another show right away after Generator Rex ending in terms of a Tuesday show. It's possible, but I'm leaning towards maybe not, due to I want to focus on other kind of content and just more trailers and more stuff in general and more shorts that take less time than recording, TV reactions. Haven't decided yet, but just wanted to let you know. So if I do decide a Tuesday show, potentially it's going to be a bit before potentially I pick something else up to start doing on Tuesdays if I decide to. But I'll keep you guys updated. But anyways, let's dive into this episode, guys. Let's see what happens the episode before the 2-part finale to wrap up the entirety of Generator Rex. Let's dive into it and let's see what this show is, guys. Let's go. Oh, shit. Breakout. Welcome, Scream.
Battle is to be waged.
Oh, this dude.
And my power. Lovely day for a riot, don't you think?
All these characters.
What do you want, Gatlock?
Oh my god, this dude.
I'll make the introduction. And everyone knows Hunter Kane.
Everything is going according to plan.
So make way, start a revolution. Make way, start a revolution. Bobo, thank you for being here.
We're not late. We're fashionably early.
The next moment, complete chaos.
I'm heading in. I'll lock up when I'm done.
That's cool.
Back in your cages, you filthy animals.
Filthy animals.
It's a who's who of old Evos.
I don't remember this guy. Must be too long ago. Oh, the freaking frog. The frog.
3 men.
Oh my god.
You'll get the chance to tear Rex apart. Piece by piece.
This is crazy. I'm not sure about the 2 guys at the back as part of the group or whatever. Damn.
The biker begs the question.
Stop
How are we
talking.
getting across?
Wait, they're leaving, but Rex is there.
Okay, frog legs.
Nice.
You look like you got run over by an overstuffed garbage truck.
Feels like it.
Never responded to any calls.
It's a setup. Providence
Yes.
wanted this to happen.
Exactly.
But why?
Some of the prisoners escaped together. Gatlock,
That's bad.
Hunter Kane.
That's even worse.
The Evos in the city. The only thing keeping them tame are their control collars.
And this is a problem because...
This is really bad.
Let me get that for you.
Damn. Six saving the day.
Dumpster diving. Considering you used to ride around in a purse.
Well, we should have said, oh shit.
Signs point to no.
Like I have anything to worry about from you. The other three, they're dangerous.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah,
just
not so
comedy
much.
relief.
Not a big fan of this villain. I just don't. And the other guy, the other weird guy. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Was he a distraction? Ugh. Oh, shit.
The one who makes machines. The one who we've been waiting for.
Damn. This guy's good, and I forgot. Oh, never mind. Damn.
Figures you try to shoot a guy in the back.
Yep.
All I see is a filthy Evo.
That was good. Damn, that was quick. Watch out. Oh my god. He's getting really tired, you can tell.
On a roll, AV Club. I'm willing to hire you, Rex, but you better
Willing
have
to
some
hire you.
excellent references.
Back to prison, Gatlock.
Welcome to my gang. Your
Oh.
first task is to destroy Rex, that guy right there.
Oh, come on, kid. Oh, he tried.
We need to offload your nanites immediately.
Now?
Yes.
Doc, my 4 worst enemies are still on the loose.
You'll be locked in the chamber for 1 hour.
Just do it, Doc.
According to the tracking bug, Rex is
Tracking
inside.
bug. Oh, shit.
Gentlemen, this is what we've been waiting for.
Shit, shit, shit.
After we kill Rex, we should work together and form a team. Call ourselves Gatlock and the Kitty Cats.
The kitty cat.
Silence your mouth.
Oh, yep. Oh, no line of defense. Holy crap, that shot at her. Damn.
Rex's chamber. 5 minutes to spare.
More than enough time. I've waited a long time.
I bet he's not
for
actually
this.
there. No, he's not there. Nope. Nope.
Rex,
It only took me 30 minutes to offload my nanites.
There you go.
You wanted to run me ragged so you could get me.
What's he gonna do? Careful.
I still don't get why you enlisted Val. I mean, he's really a third-string bad guy.
Valve is the biker.
He's a third-rate bad guy too, let's be honest. There we go. I was waiting for that. Ooh. Dodge, dodge, nothing. Ooh. Damn. Ow, that had to hurt. Damn.
My surplus nanites aren't being stored. They're powering the shields.
The Nanite Project. We
Wait,
just
what?
found out. While we dealt with the Evos, Black Knight got her hands on another Master Control Nanite.
And there you have it, guys. A pretty solid episode of Generator Rex, and I like the team up they did, even though 2 of the villains they used, even though one was getting a lot of jokes made against him in this episode, 2 out of the 4 were not that great of villains, and so I wish it was different in terms of the actual team up, but the idea of a team up against Rex was pretty good, even though he proved in the 3rd act he could take all of them pretty much by himself. You know, even though individually he was fighting each one for a couple different seconds and switching to another, you know, character, part of the group, he was showing he could hold up against all of them. And the lineup was, and I had the voice cast pulled up here, we had Hunter Kane, which it is not John Cena. He voiced him the first time, but ever since then we've seen Hunter Kane again. It's not been John Cena. John DiMaggio, of course, who voices Bobo, haha, and a couple other characters, including Jungle Cat last week, or at least, well, for me, a little bit ago before this episode, back-to-back filming, but last week. But he voices Hunter Kane now. We had Gatlock, No Face, and Valve. Now, Valve was getting a lot of jokes made against him, and he's the biker guy, the biker Evo kind of character. Now, he got a lot of jokes made against him, and understandable, it makes sense, because he's not that great of a villain, but they were also ignoring the fact that Gatlock is also another not great villain of Generator Rex, but Valve was getting all of the kind of jokes made against him by Rex, but Gatlock also should have got it as well, because Gatlock's not a good character, like, in terms of, like, a villain, he's not a good character, he's just not. His episode was not good at all, from what I remember, and trust me, since I don't really remember it, and what I do remember is not good, means he's not a good villain. He's just not good. They could have easily had other options in terms of a team up if they want to do 4, because Hunter Kane and No Face, those were good. I think those were good options, especially Hunter Kane. I like his anti-Evo establishment in terms of how they set his character up when John Cena first voiced him, when they first introduced him. That was a great setup episode, and overall a really good episode of Generator Rex. And so every single time we see him come back, like, there is that connection in terms of how great of an introduction he was, and I overall like his villain, and like how him as a villain, like how the role they handle him. No Face is a very interesting villain as well in terms of leading and running the kind of bug jar, if you will. So the fact that they got those two together is pretty cool. But Valve and Gatlock, I felt like they were just pulling random villains just to make it a 4 team up thing here, when you could have maybe found other options, or at least more interesting, compelling villains. You could have even had maybe a new villain introduced that maybe opens the episode where Rex is fighting this villain and we've never met them before, and they actually get pulled in to team up with some other villains that we've seen before. I don't know, but I would have preferred other options. Now, who would I have preferred? I have no clue. I'd have to, like, look it up on my phone to see who could it be, like Generator X villains. Let's see. Like, who could they have done in terms of, without, not Gatlock and Valve. Let's see. Villains, let's look here. Well, of course, we couldn't use Black Knight, because there was a whole reason why this was even happening, because they got another Master Nanite a part of this process. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more research into, like, what I would want to pick personally in terms of villains per se, but, like, even though I wouldn't say, because I say, oh, Beowulf, but Beowulf really isn't a villain anymore like he used to be, and maybe they were actually running out of options, because imagine they would have used that character from, like, the band episode, the guy who was like they might have cured him actually, so maybe not. So I really have to think about it, but there definitely are other villains that they could have easily picked over Gatlock and Valve, especially Valve, but Gatlock as well. But I would have to look to see who were still around, in a sense, like who could work. So not really sure, but they could have done something else, because the idea is there. It's a good idea. Half of them were not good choices, but it's like, okay, whatever. We at least have 2 good ones in terms of No Face and Hunter Kane. Use, like, them all individually leading up to the kind of, like, where they actually tagged him or were following him, and of course he was offloading, nanites and stuff, and it was not an hour but 30 minutes, but they thought it was an hour long that he was having to do that. Individually, as they were kind of expending him out, because the whole entire process of the breakout and everything, and Rex running around fighting them at different points and then having to go and cure more Evos, he's basically wearing himself out, and that was the whole plan. That was, I think, a pretty good way to have, like, that occur for Rex in terms of the just being expended to the point where he's exhausted. He's doing so much, like, more than normal in terms of fighting, in terms of using energy, in terms of, basically curing Evos. That was all, I think, a good way to explain, like, what am I trying to say? Like, I'm losing my train of thought. Like, I think it's a smart way for him to basically show that, of course, we've seen before, but him to, like, he's slowly losing energy. He's getting to the point where he's really pushing himself, and it's not good. And he just needed to offload the nanites, and he's all great. But they were all using this, like the 4 of them were all using this as a part of their plan to keep him just nonstop going, because they want to take him out. They want him to die. It's time for him to die. So they found a way to make that work and make it make sense. because I was honestly expecting, even though I think they went a better story route than I would have thought. My initial thought was once they teamed up, they're all going to forward team up against Rex throughout the episode, and they're all going to forward just work and just basically just beat the shit out of him to the point where he finally finds a way to take him out. But no, they individually at different points throughout this like long like day and a half or however long he's just going nonstop. They're showing up at different points and just expending him a little bit more to the point where he literally has to take himself out of the fight. And Bobo and Rex, not Rex, Bobo and Six are now by themselves to basically deal with the Evo problem, but they're really just expending Rex to the point where he has to be taking himself out so they can get him away. With Holiday getting the actual base ready in terms of like putting him in the stasis mode, and then using the security weapons or whatever to try to stall them, and the fact that there's a shot where she throws a freaking smoke grenade, and that shot of her firing, that was pretty cool. Like, Holiday is a badass, and we know she's a badass, but she really just showed herself there to like try to trick them. Hunter Kane knew like, oh, she's leading us away from Rex, like, but it was buying Rex more time in case they needed it, because who's to say they would have showed up 5-10 minutes earlier and he just got out of the stasis and they're right there. So she was trying to delay them as long as she possibly could, and they knew like it was smart to kind of show like it, not really show but like tell that Rex knew there was a tracking device. Like, when was it planted exactly? Who planted it? I'm assuming maybe Valve did. I don't know. But he was the one with the tracker, so I'm assuming maybe he planted it somehow, some way. Like, maybe he knew, or whoever planted it knew they were going to lose the fight, or it was never destined for or planned for them to actually win, but more so just have him keep fighting, and just keep going. And as soon as he's done with one of the fights, he has now to go back to the city to kind of help out with that, because the whole city nearby is, you know, under like going into chaos because the collars aren't working, which further prove, and I should have got to this point way sooner, further prove that the collars don't work. The collars should not be a thing. That's why Evos cannot be controlled like that. Like, this whole thing of like, well, they're wearing their like behavioral collars or whatever. Like, they were turned off. They went ballistic. Like, this is why they all stepped in. And the fact that no one in Providence showed up at all, like, it's crazy to think that too. Like, that's going to be really, even though the end, like in Black Knight, in her mind, it doesn't matter if we get bad press or it's revealed that Providence never showed up to actually help with the city that was being overrun by Evos, that the collars were not working. Like, they're just going to get all of the plan is to get all of the Master Nanites and do whatever the hell they want to do. Like, whatever the plan is, like what she thinks is going to happen. There's something else being planned in terms of Rex's brother and all that, but still, they don't care. Like, Providence, ultimately, she didn't care that a whole city was being ran over. Potentially people died by these Evos, and I'm assuming there had to have been some people that died. I mean, they never really talk about that necessarily, even though there was a death last week. She killed one of the people a part of the group. She killed one of them. We see a shot of his leg and foot. He's dead. We know she killed him. Went from 5 members to 4, and then she wanted a freaking promotion. So, I'm assuming people died in this episode. They're not going to say it, but I'm assuming people did die. With the amount of Evos that were shown in the couple parts they did, I'm assuming there's a lot more Evos within the city. There's no way that there was no deaths. It's kind of crazy to think that. And Providence didn't show up at all. Nothing. Who was the random Providence guy that called them in too? Like, he knows that Bobo and Six and Rex don't even work for Providence, be it he like, I'm so glad you guys answered. Like it must have been a last ditch effort. Must have been, since Providence and no one was answering. But it's funny how, like, literally a Providence soldier called them in knowing they're not a part of Providence, so they're actually the enemy. Like, I need help. Like, it's crazy like that actually happened, but hey, that's good. So overall, the idea of a villain team up is good. Didn't really work in my opinion, at least for half of it. Wish they would have handled that a little bit better, like I was mentioning. But overall, good idea. Maybe it would have worked easier and maybe better if they would have done this sooner within the show versus like as a last ditch kind of last second thing before the 2-parter to wrap it up. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But overall, like I said, a pretty solid episode of Generator Rex. And the next up is the 2-parter of Generator Rex, in terms of the 2-parter wrapping up season 3, but the 2-parter also wrapping up the entirety of the show. So I can't wait to see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.